Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here. Today, I'm going to be doing a video talking about the top 10 coins here on CoinMarketcap and which ones I think are the best hold for the year 2018 and beyond that. Now, let's start with number one. Number one being Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently has a $300 billion market cap. That's a lot bigger than every single other cryptocurrency. It's about 55% of all cryptocurrency worth. The cryptocurrency market's over $500 billion now, which is amazing. I remember when that was about $40 billion, like 4 months ago. But let's talk about Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin a good hold in 2018? Yes, Bitcoin is a good hold in 2018. Bitcoin, for the entire duration of cryptocurrency, the entire future of cryptocurrency, it might not be the best hold because Bitcoin does have scalability issues. The fees are very high for small transactions. They're very low for large transactions because the fees are more or less flat based on how much room you take up in the block. But is Bitcoin a good hold for 2018? Yes, it is a good hold for 2018. I could easily see Bitcoin going over $100,000. I have a video on my channel talking about how Bitcoin could easily go to $85,000 in 2018. And that video I did back when Bitcoin was worth, I think it was around $8,500, around $8,000 to $9,000. And I was talking about how it 10x'd in the last year here. It was close to 10,000, and I was talking about how it went up 10 times, and now it's gone up about 20 times in the year of 2017. If it were to do that again, we'd be looking at a Bitcoin far, far over $100,000. We'd be looking at a $400,000 Bitcoin, if I'm doing my math right. It went up about 20%. Yeah, somewhere around $350,000 to $400,000. I don't know that Bitcoin's going to do that kind of growth again, because that is a lot of growth, but Bitcoin has always surprised us. It's up 8% today. It looks like we're making a bit of a bull flag here. I could show you the technical indicators, but that's for a different video. It's had a $15 billion market volume. But yes, Bitcoin is a great hold for the next year. It might not be where you can make the most money, but it's safer than these other cryptocurrencies we may be talking about. Ethereum, number two, sitting at number two, has a market cap of about $66 billion. Ethereum has great technology. It's being built by a great team. It has an update coming out soon. Its market value is amazing. It's had a really nice run up. It might need a little time to cool off. One of the drawbacks to Ethereum that I don't like is that it doesn't have a market. It doesn't have a maximum number of coins that can ever be made. It's a currency that it'll just keep mining coins, which means it's a deflationary currency, unlike Bitcoin. But it's still a good hold because it does, just like Bitcoin, does have that very, very, very big brand name. It's going to be a good hold in 2018. Ethereum could easily go. I don't want to make too many predictions on Ethereum because I've done less technical analysis on it, but Ethereum was $7 at the beginning of this year. It could very easily go up 10 times next year. So it's definitely a good idea to hold some Ethereum. I'm holding some Ethereum, and I'm pretty happy with the gains I'm making. Ripple, number three. Ripple, a lot of these coins up here I'm going to be saying good things about because if they didn't have so much good stuff to say about them, they wouldn't be up here, but down here won't be quite the same. Ripple has some really nice technology also. It's got a very good blockchain, a good development team. It's worth about $30 billion right now, which is still a lot of money, even though it's number three. It's run up from about 24 cents about 5 days ago to 80 cents, and I saw this coming. I didn't have an opportunity to buy any of it, but yeah, if we look back here, let me zoom into 1 month so I can show you this. If we look back here to, let's see, yeah, 4 days ago it was worth 25 cents, and now it's worth 80 cents. It's gone up by about 2.5 times. Correct me if my math is wrong. I think that should be about 2.5 times in about 4 days. That's an amazing gain. One of the drawbacks with Ripple is that the price is so low that holding one coin doesn't really mean anything. When you hold one Bitcoin, there's a very big status symbol there. You join like the Bitcoin club. You know how there used to be a 10 Bitcoin club and a 100 Bitcoin club? Now it's becoming the 1 Bitcoin club is the prestigious symbol because it's being worth so much. It's such a big deal to hold one Bitcoin. It's a big deal to hold one Ethereum or one Dash, especially if you're a smaller investor like me. Ripple, on the other hand, doesn't really have that, and it's also very centralized, as is Ethereum, which is something that isn't that. People aren't that fond of that in cryptocurrency. That's what we love about Bitcoin, is it's 100% decentralized, but that does bring about its own problems. So let's go on to Bitcoin Cash. I have to talk about Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash doesn't belong here. Don't buy Bitcoin Cash. It might have a run. It might double or triple or something in 2018. I don't foresee it over. I don't foresee the cashioning, as everyone was calling it a while back, happening. It's just, it is. I don't foresee it happening. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but I don't think Bitcoin Cash is going to do anywhere near as well in 2018 as Bitcoin does, just because it's not 100% decentralized. It doesn't fix all the problems that Bitcoin has with the scalability issues, which is why it was initially released in the first place. It was initially released to fix the block size scalability problems with Bitcoin, and it put a temporary fix on it. I think it moved it from 1 megabyte to 8 megabytes, which that's going to get filled up in eventuality also, so we're just going to need to replace Bitcoin Cash, and I don't think everyone's going to move all their money from Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash, which has a much more uncertain future, just because of that. I don't foresee Bitcoin Cash taking over just because of that. It's just, I don't see it happening. It's not first to market. It has this cash here on the end. It's just, I don't think it's going to happen. On to number 5, Litecoin. Litecoin is my second most, well, probably my favorite cryptocurrency, actually, because Bitcoin is great, but it's hard to use Bitcoin when you're moving small transactions. Like over here in BitConnect, I have 205,000 Satoshi of Bitcoin, which is worth about $40, and I can barely move that because the fee is like $8. If I were moving that in Litecoin, the fee would be like 8 cents. Litecoin is much, much easier to move in small amounts, and in large amounts, by the way. The fees are still very small if you move it in large amounts as well. Litecoin is, a lot of people say Litecoin is the silver to Bitcoin's gold, and that's an overused analogy, but it is a good analogy because that's basically what it is. It's going to be a good store of value for the foreseeable future, and when when vendors start accepting more cryptocurrencies, they're probably going to start accepting Litecoin as the coin that you use to buy small things. Like people talk about it being used to buy a cup of coffee. I definitely foresee Litecoin being used for those smaller scale transactions before Bitcoin, because Bitcoin does have that fee problem. Litecoin also, in my opinion, is extremely undervalued for the destiny that Litecoin has as being, I think it belongs right up here in number 2 or number 3. I could easily see Litecoin going up 10 to 20 times in 2018, just because it could, if Litecoin were to become as large as Bitcoin is now, I did the math before the video started, it would go up by about 20 times, a little over 20 times, which would leave us with a $6,000 Litecoin by the end of 2018. I could definitely foresee that. And if you're someone that held Litecoin down below when it was below $100, you're going to be very happy. So hold on to that Litecoin and wait for a place to buy in and buy some and hold it. It's a very good hold. IOTA. What do I say about IOTA? I don't know a whole lot about IOTA, but I'm going to tell you what I do know about IOTA. It's sitting up here right above a $10 billion market cap. Good for you, IOTA. I remember IOTA way back when it was worth like 25 cents, and I tried to buy some, but it's only on I think it was Bitfinex, and I couldn't get onto Bitfinex because I'm in America. And yeah, it used to be worth about 25 cents, and I tried to buy some, and I really wish I had been able to, because right down here, let's see, 60 cents. Let's go out to 3 months. Let's see how little it was. Yeah, down here at 34 cents. Okay, not 25 cents, but it was down around 40 cents. Yeah, I remember that. That's 10x in the last 2 months. Insane profit with IOTA. What IOTA is attempting to do, its IoT stands for Internet of Things. It's a token that's going to be helping with the Internet of Things, which is definitely a future technology. It's not totally here yet. That's referring to like smart technologies in your home and stuff. It's not totally here, and the technology isn't completely done, I don't believe. It doesn't even use a blockchain. It uses a different system. I forget exactly what it's called. But what it's trying to do, I foresee it taking it a few years for it to do that. It's definitely a good idea to go ahead and buy some, but you're probably going to have to wait at least a year to see good returns. So it might not be the best coin for 2018, but if you're building a long-term portfolio, I'd definitely throw some IOTA in there. Dash. Dash has had an amazing run-up also. That should just be a given for all cryptocurrencies at this point. I remember when I first got in, Dash was $200, and I was mining Dash, and I was making like 40-day return on investment. Then those new miners came out and it ruined the mining price. But thanks, Hashflare. Don't buy Dash on Hashflare. Oh, actually, you can. It's out of stock. But anyway, what do I say about Dash? Dash it was branded as a privacy coin. I'm not sure that it's still following through with that the way that it always had. It says it's private, but there was some news a while back. Who knows if it still is as private as they said it was. Dash is still a great coin because Dash, Litecoin, and Monero all kind of have the same destiny. Dash still has pretty low transaction fees. It has had an amazing run-up. It has a very limited amount of coins, which I like, because when you have a limited amount of coins, it fosters this idea of having a very large asking price. which helps build that. Oh, look, I have 1 Dash. It's a status symbol to have 1 of the coin. Like with Bitcoin, it's a status symbol to have 1 or 10 or 100 Bitcoin. With Dash, it's a status symbol to have 100 Dash right now, or however, or like 1,000 Dash. I think you need 1,000 Dash to make a Dash master node. That's a lot. That's a very big status symbol. And when Dash gets up here, when Dash gets up to like a $50 billion market cap, it's going to be worth several $1,000s, and it's going to have a big status symbol. So that does help it in the long run. Cardano. I don't know a whole lot about Cardano. I've looked into Cardano. I don't really see what they're trying to achieve that the rest of the coins up here haven't also done. I just don't see why Cardano is this high on the list. I might just be missing something. If you think I'm missing something, this is a great coin to buy, go ahead and tell me in the comments, and feel free to look down there because I can't really give you any advice on Cardano. I don't know a whole lot about Cardano. All I do know is that it was sitting down here around 2015 up here, and then it ran up like in 1 day up to 20 cents. And now it's had another run up today. NEM. NEM stands for New Economy Movement. NEM is a coin. I don't know a whole lot about NEM either, but I do know that NEM were talking about working with a lot of. This was a while back, but they were talking about working with a lot of international shipping, which is a big market to tap into. So if they can get into that, that would definitely help the coin out. I don't want to do too much about. I don't want to talk about too much about NEM because I don't want to give advice where I don't know a whole lot. But NEM. Any coin up here except for Bitcoin Gold and Bitcoin Cash and possibly Cardano. I don't know a whole lot about Cardano. Every coin up here except for those 3 is a good hold. And Bitcoin Gold, finally. Okay, well that's another... Bitcoin Gold's another ripoff of Bitcoin. Bitcoin Gold, I'll be honest, I haven't looked into what Bitcoin Gold was trying to achieve because I highly doubt it was actually anything of value. Basically what Bitcoin Gold seemed like was just them trying to print free money from Bitcoin by doing a fork. I think that's what they were talking about before it even happened to begin with. Bitcoin Gold, some people are saying it's a sleeper and that it could jump up here. It's at $300 right now. I remember when Bitcoin Cash was at $200 and then it went up, 6 or 7 times, or over 10 times actually, in that 1 day when the cashing was happening about a month and a half ago. Let me look back here. Yep, right here. It ran up to, let's see, about $1,800 to $2,000. I don't remember exactly. Bitcoin Gold could do the same thing. I don't know that it's a great hold for 2018 because it's probably going to fall out of favor. I just don't see Bitcoin Gold overtaking Bitcoin or even Bitcoin Cash because Bitcoin Cash does have some support. Bitcoin Gold's just this thing. I mean, you can buy some Bitcoin Gold and hope that it spikes, but I wouldn't hold it in a serious long-term portfolio because you'd be better off just holding Bitcoin. So those are the top 10 cryptocurrencies and what I think about them. If you have any more questions or you want to discuss any of the coins, I'm always down in the comments. You can leave a comment below, and I will try and get back to you, or I will definitely get back to you. But yeah, I mean, if you're building a portfolio for 2018, what I would recommend is having some Bitcoin, having some Ethereum, having some Litecoin, and then picking 1 or 2 of these other ones and hold a bunch of it, like 40% Bitcoin and like 10% of 6 other coins, something like that. Bitcoin is going to be the big dog in 2018, but it's also probably not going to have the same level of gains that some of these other coins do. Litecoin is undervalued right now, in my humble opinion. I think it belongs right up here below Ethereum or even above Ethereum. I could see Litecoin going to $1,000 within the first quarter of 2018, so be ready for that. Anyway, guys, I'll do a video on how to build portfolios in another video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.